If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you're new going to the gym. I've gone to the gym now for a few years and I've had a few setbacks throughout my time at the gym. I'll share some of these advice with you today if I would start all over again going to the gym, what stuff I would do to avoid getting the problems and the setbacks I did. If I would start going over to the gym again and start training again from scratch, what I will start doing is to train consistently. This means trying to train pretty often in the week. For the first week of training, don't try to be as hard on yourself, but eventually, when you're starting to go further into your training, try to train more often when you start getting more advanced in your training. Make sure to train a lot more frequently. When I trained as the most, it was around 6 times a week. And then of course, it's important to include rest days in your training. Try to train 5 or 6 times a week. Make sure to include a few rest days per week because that's actually when your muscle gets built. When you're in the gym, you only destroy your muscle. You never actually build any of the muscle. It's only built when you're resting and not at the gym. You go there to destroy muscle, and then what will happen is this muscle will start building up again. And that's basically what you do when you go to the gym. You destroy it and then you build it up. But make sure training consistently is the most important part. But of course, when you're starting to train, do not go too hard on yourself. Don't try to lift too heavy and don't try to train too often. Try to aim for around 3 times per week to let your muscles get used to training. The muscles need to get used to all of this weight. So that's maybe for the first month I would take it a bit easy, doing around 3 times per week or something like that. And try not to lift too heavy. But when you start going further in to the gym training, try to actually start lifting to failure. Try to reach around 8 reps to failure, nothing more. In the beginning, try to aim for maybe 12 reps per set in your training. But as you get further in, do not actually go to 12 reps. I would go actually down to 8, maximum 10 reps. Because muscle is actually built the best when it's in hypertrophy. So that's around 6 to 10 rep range when you train to failure. That's when your muscle gets destroyed the best, and that's the best and most effective way to build a lot of muscle. But once again, make sure to be under 10 reps in your training. This next thing to remember is that going to the gym, it's not a goal to build muscle, it's a lifestyle. You're trying to be consistent with it throughout your entire life. It's not something we have to stress getting good at. You're not gonna go there for maybe 2 years. It will be a lifestyle. Eventually you just do it because it's a part of your life, and you do it because it's a very effective thing that you should do throughout your entire life, and not just aim for this one goal. You'll always continue striving and wanting to go to the gym, and make sure to remember it's a part of a lifestyle. You don't always aim for one thing to build muscle, because then you realize it's a way to live life. And remember that you get better at it throughout time, and eventually when you go for a long enough time, it doesn't feel like a chore to go to the gym anymore. You want to go to the gym. It's fun doing it, and that's the thing you hope for the entire day to do. And you don't want anything else when doing it. You just want to go to the gym, and then you want to just strive to become better, and it becomes a lifestyle. And then the last little thing which I would recommend you doing if I would start going to the gym again would be to eat right. This means eating good food. And I actually recommend one thing to you is learn how to cook your own food if you do not already know how to do it. Learn how to cook meat, learn how to cook chicken, cook fish, cooking rice and potatoes, because these are essential things. You save so much money cooking your own food compared to eating out all the time. And the other thing is also, when you cook your own food, you can control more what you put in yourself and what food you put in. When you're at a restaurant, you don't really always know what they will put in your food compared to when you cook it at home. You know what you cook and what you make. And especially something, I think, if you're gonna cook food, it's an essential thing every person should be able to know, is how to make their own food. It's a shame to see that many people don't actually know how to cook basic stuff like rice or potatoes, as that's something I feel is essential for a person, and any person working out should be able to know how to cook their own food. If you're trying to gain weight, I would recommend one thing with your food is to start adding more carbohydrates to the food. This will make it easier to gain weight, while also making it easier to build muscle when included with protein. So that means do not remove protein totally, you need to still eat a lot of protein with these carbohydrates, but carbohydrates will make it easier for you to gain weight. Combined with protein will make it very easy to build muscle. If trying to lose weight, your goal should be more on eating fats and eating more protein, because this is the things that will be a lot easier for you to lose weight. Protein helps a lot and fat helps a lot with making your stomach full and not making you that hungry. Carbohydrates is super good if you're trying to gain weight. Protein and fats is a lot better when trying to lose weight on a caloric deficit. If you would want to learn more of these things or want to get more of my help, I have a guide now which I've released, which you can click on the link in my description and you can go and view it. I hope you appreciated this video which I made. If you'd like to watch more of these videos, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Statistically, over 90% of you watching are not subscribed. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, so in the future you do not miss out when I post more videos.